Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are looking at this video and whatever time of day it may be for you. We are now into week 2, and we are beginning to get this course really up and running. I can see from Learn that you are responding to the request for journals and discussions, and I look forward to reading those and interacting with those. Okay, so I'm doing a little screen share here, and so let me just go turn myself over to that screen and walk you through what we're doing this week. So the main topic is the ontotheological synthesis, but as we look back and review, let's just think about the main thing that we need to be keeping in mind in this course, and that is that ideas about language are linked to ideas about the nature of reality. And the title of this course is Rhetoric from the Classical Period through to the Enlightenment. And that period in general involves a massive shift from the pre-modern to the modern view. And certainly for us, being after the Enlightenment, we inhabit a different ontology than they did in the pre-modern period. And that's part of the challenge that we have to face, and hopefully we can embrace in this course. So what we're doing this week is we're concentrating on 2 readings besides the Augustine. Those 2 readings, one of them very short from Louis Dupré. You're probably grateful that it was as short as it was, because I know he can be challenging. And the other one, a video that I asked you to watch by Malcolm Geit. I think it'll be the only time that I ask you to do that. I know it might be especially taxing and wearisome, given that you have to do everything remotely, and there's a lot of video in your lives right now. But I hope that you enjoy that. So what we get from both of these is a further conversation about the relationship between the modern and the pre-modern, and we're just continuing to acclimatize ourselves to thinking about that difference in ontological terms, and it has implications for all kinds of things, but especially for what's going on with ideas about language. So we see that at the beginning of the Dupré reading, and we're going to see that in the guide as well. The other thing that we're going to take away, especially from the Dupré reading, is the phrase, the ontotheological synthesis. And we'll be returning to that phrase in other weeks as well. It's a phrase that complements the notion of a sacramental ontology, or participation, or coherence. So I want you to be comfortable with that phrase, and I'll be walking you through the reading to help you to be able to pick that out. When we turn to the guide, there are a few things that I think that we can notice, particularly in those minutes between the 20-minute and the 40-minute mark, that I asked you to pay special attention to. One is the notion of reading, not just observing the world around us. And the notion here is that the universe conveys meaning, and that is part of a pre-modern ontology. And this helps to explain the course image that I've chosen, that you see, on the landing page for the course on Learn, and that I'm using on the title slides for these PowerPoints. A picture of a pen, writing on a piece of paper, the ink that's going there. We'll get to this in the guide video, but the difference between analyzing the penmanship or the quality of the ink or the paper, looking at that instead of, reading the text that is written for the meaning that is conveyed from the mind of the person who does the writing, and then is read, is interpreted, is creatively interacted with on the part of the person who's doing the reading. And that's a very different enterprise. And I think it's a beautiful image that Geit takes out of Owen Barfield. to get at that. But not to go into that too much now. I'll do this when I'm talking about Gait. But we want to be sensitive to that difference. We also want to understand part of the gift that science is to us in the modern world, the gift that technology is to us, but also the limitation of science in how it proceeds, its methodology, and part of what modern science assumes about the nature of reality that in fact is problematic, for sure problematic from a pre-modern point of view. So we'll be looking at that as well. And then we'll be simply reading Augustine. And the emphasis here is on enjoying him, not wondering whether he proves his points, but trying to inhabit his prose, to enjoy his prose and some of his rhetorical accomplishments. So that's what we're looking at this week. I've posted or will be posting the mini lectures separately, and I'll come back to you with a little summary of what we've done. All right. I hope that it's not all getting a bit much, even in these early weeks for you. I hope that you're able to enjoy the course delivery in this way. Okay, I'll leave it there for now.